now Warlock finds his hands on that.
And again, a strong champion can make plays with it. We've seen a lot of good flash taunts. Just good stuff all around there for the Titans.
Beautiful thing about Shen is, again, it just opens up so much global macro play for teams and helps shore up that inefficiency.
We'll have to see how that works out. I'm looking forward to see how the Titans come into this because they have to know that Detonation FocusMe cannot take this win. Do they go back to the Zed Lucian, the skirmish kill everything, or do they actually try to play a macro strategy? Usually their weakness.
Both these teams are going to be predispositioned for skirmishing team fighting. I don't think either of them really have a strong suit for macro. Not that they can't play a macro-oriented, and again, macro is your map movements, your objective preparation, things like that. We made the joke over the course of the tournament. The Bangkok Titans, they're using the Dragon and the Baron Pit as a way to lure you closer so they can kill you.
It's the bait.
Yeah, the objective is just an afterthought. If they get that, that's fantastic, but they're not there for the Dragon. They're there for you.
Hopefully it does in the collateral in the team fight, as there's Rek'Sai and Alistar that picks up for Detonation FocusMe. Bangkok Titans, 45 seconds left now to pick up their next few. Moss is going to get his Thresh if he wants it. Big other picks, that Lucian, the likes of Zed, they can probably pick them a little later, but a lot open here for Bangkok Titans. And if there's one thing that might be letting them down, it's actually just preparation. I feel like they're a team that should just play what they're comfortable on.
I completely agree, and one of the comfort picks is that Thresh for Moss. It wasn't banned away, it wasn't denial picked away, so I expect to see him pick that up and lead the team.
Yeah, there's no need to lock it in right now. Seeing the Alistar on the far side, G4 giving us a hover of the old Vladimir, which he used to beat the Saigon Jokers in the final. We'll see if he decides to go for it. But right now, it looks like it might be the Diana Gragas.
I think it's been banned a couple times, but it is in fact Diana Gragas. G4 going back to the Diana.
And on the other side, Saros is looking back towards his famous Gangplank mid.
The one game famous mid. I guess he's played it before.
He's been spamming that in solo queue. I'm going to call it famous. He got a pentakill on an international stage. He gets to be famous.
Unfortunately, still lost that game, but Rokenia also pulling out the vein at the last possible moment. Again, Korean Master Tier 80 carry players looked great on the likes of Kalista, just fine on Kog'Maw as well. But I like these late Vayne picks.
We'll have to see how he can keep up with G4 and now a Shen locked in as well. It's going to be tricky, but if anyone can do it, it'll be Rokenia. Syros, he's giving the Vlad the old hover right now. We'll see what he decides to go for.
Gangplank. I don't understand. 10 seconds left for Syros.
I want the pentakill.
They could play Zillion as well, but instead it is actually Vladimir here. That could be Udapon's champion, but I have to assume that's mid lane.
I'm not too comfortable or familiar as the Bangkok Titans. You know what they are familiar
with?
They're done. Lucian Thresh.
Yep, that's what they're going to take. They didn't need to take Thresh early because of the Alistar lock-in. Don't already mentioned it there. They just want to kill people.
Yeah, I really love the Lucian Thresh for Bangkok Titans. It's the three-man combo of Gragas, Lucian, and Thresh. They dive you all over the map. They'll chase all over. Now you've got the added threat of Teleport Diana Shen. Detonation FocusMe are going to have to give some serious respect to the Titans.
And if this Gangplank is actually committed on, that will be a top Vladimir for Udapon.
And Udapon has played a different champion every game in this tournament, hasn't he?
Yeah,
that's really cool.
Ryze, Maokai, Olaf, and Shen, I believe.
Solid.
Rumble in there as well?
No, it was Rumble, not Shen.
Okay, there we go. Well, 10 seconds left now. If it is going to be Saros back on the Gangplank, could also be Udapon's champion. There's a possibility they can mix it up. They've locked in the Gangplank though, and I wonder where these lanes are going, but all of the solo lanes look terrifying.
This is going to be a tricky setup.
There's
oh, so sneaky.
There's not a
look at this.
Oh no.
They're trying to trick you.
Where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go?
Maybe wait till the game starts.
No, see, now they're gonna get into game, and then Syros is gonna go to the top lane. And then Udapon's going to go mid.
With the
and
teleport?
Everyone's going to take teleport, and then they're just going to be fighting all over the map. Okay, let's talk about the Bangkok Titans composition. We've already kind of spoken about the strength of Diana and her resurgence into the meta and why she's able to take teleport and things like that. You have an incredibly strong 2v2 lane in Lucian and Thresh, which would be absolutely devastating for an Alistar Vayne to face across. That said, Detonation FocusMe, they've pulled off a lane swap, but it ended up being a 2v2 on the top side of the map. So, you know, they've shown that they'll look for that direction, but typically they play in that 2v2, and it's absolutely devastating into Thresh Lucian.
I mean, yeah, Rokenia is going to have to really pull out all the mechanics in that situation to get it done, because we've seen Lloyd and Moss in particular on this Thresh. they'll just go crazy.
Yeah, and we've seen Rokinia suffer time and time again against hyper-aggressive AD carries. It's going to be tricky to see if he can pull it off this time around, but you can see them on your screen right now. It's all up to DetonatioN FocusMe.
The Gangplank.
The nice thing is that they
Ready.
have a self-sufficient AD carry and so much dive tools to the back line. You have Shen with the taunt, you have Diana who's going to dive back there, then you have a reset button on Gragas and a death sentence or non-committal CC from Thresh. So the fact that Lloyd is going back to his Lucian, they don't need to expend resources and cooldowns to protect him because he has his Relentless Pursuit. They can just go full ham onto this backline and try to delete Vayne.
And that's been the style for, honestly, both these teams at different points in the tournament. We have started with a pause, unfortunately, by the way, so shouldn't be too much longer till we get ourselves into the game. I think the top lane is what I'm excited for. I like this pick for Utapon. We've seen a lot of big tanks. We've seen people play the likes of Fizz, but Utapon taking not a huge carry champion like Fizz, but something that can definitely bully Malco once he gets going.
Oh, you look to me as the
I am,
colorcaster?
yes.
Hello, analysts.
Yes.
Hi, analyst. Vladimir.
Yeah.
The thing about Vladimir is I actually prefer him in the mid lane than I do in the top lane. Not that he has bad matchups or anything like that. It's just that the mid lane is technically the shortest lane in the game, which means that his, I'm going to call it the troll pool. His W means so much more. Yeah, the Sanguine Pool.
There we go.
Sanguine Pool.
Come on, play-by-play.
I got
the
it.
Sanguine. Wow. Oh, now I got it. His W, his little thing where he goes underground. In the mid lane, it means so much more because you have so much less room to go to your tower back to safety. Whereas in the top lane, you're like, oh, God. That said, again, there's not many terrible matchups. You don't get much out of a teleport from a Vladimir versus like an Ignite, or more often than not, like a Ghost Ignite is kind of the thing to run on Vlad. The composition from DetonatioN FocusMe, a little bit wonky, not necessarily my taste in how everything synergizes together. Typically in tandem with Vlad, we actually see Sivir picked up, just because Sivir does so much AoE damage as an AD carry, whereas Vayne is very single target. And how does that work with Vlad, you ask? Thank you for asking. It's because he drops his his Hemo Plague on top of everyone and then empowers more AoE damage. So the fact that they have Vlad and then Vayne, I'm like, that's a little bit weird. But you know what? 3 carries on the Japanese squad. They're going down fighting in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, they definitely are. But the lane matchup that I really want to focus on is going to be the jungle. Asterore and 007X. To me, this pretty much the past few games have been the story of who do the junglers gank early? Who do they put their priorities on to get the lanes fed? Well, we know G4 is a titan on an assassin if he can just get a few kills going. But 007, he's also got Lloyd's Lucian to worry about.
And they will ninja the Gragas away, which I like as a general response. By the way, Frostduran, found your AoE from Vladimir.
What is it?
I found your AoE. It's a combo with Vladimir.
Gragas?
Yeah, not
What?
What Gragas?
I'm
Gangplank.
Oh, King?
Can you
barrel.
imagine? We saw what he was doing with the Trinity Force Infinity
So
Edge
this is
in
it.
the last game.
If we drop the
oh,
Hemo Plague
man.
and then Gangplank comes through with his barrel, the team will just explode.
Seriously, if you kegger someone.
No, this is dangerous. Utapon, what are you doing?
Maybe go out there
Troll
and he
pull.
gets played.
Oh.
He does troll pull away. You might have to flash as well. Body Slam's going to find him. Taunt in there as well. And G4 gets first blood.
Can we just talk about the confidence of the Bangkok Titans? Their life is on the line right now.
And they're going in.
And they make a play. Okay, in a best of 5 in a game where everything matters, you almost never gamble on an early level 1, because if that goes sideways, you pretty much lost the game there from a snowball. So props to them.
Very confident play from the Titans as Seros takes a few hits from G4, precursor of what's to come in that mid lane. But that first blood, that's not just on anyone on the Titans, that's on G4. And exactly how much gold does first blood get?
400.
Ah, Doran's ring picked up.
Yeah, and usually we'd see this Diana being teleport back into the mid lane to do exactly this. Now going to have the perfect start to this lane. Seros, we saw him do well in the lane before. I don't know if you've seen G4's Diana yet, but it is real scary.
He just tried to fist bump me.
She didn't do it.
Well, we'll move on now. DetonatioN FocusMe going to be in the 2v2 lane. We see them do this a lot. They tend to prefer their standard lanes. Rokinia and Kaji going to handle that, but Moss and Lloyd going to be handling these Krugs. They'll get full experience for both. They'll take the full camps, and G4's already in.
So is Seros.
Oh my god, the slap fest. I don't know if you can win against a Diana who has 2 Doran's rings, but he's going to try.
The scary thing, though, is that anytime Gangplank is on a window for his passive to proc, which he lights up, you pretty much get a free insta-trade. But meanwhile, in the jungle.
Yeah, Unicorn having some trouble. Had to back off. Was tanking for Asterore!
Oh.
That was so close.
G4 nearly stealing away the red buff. Zeros not quite keeping track of the enemy mid laner, almost punished his jungle.
Well, you can see the kegs lining up again.
So this is how the GP lane works, is that you set up your barrels and you have a lot of zone control, and then you just kind of set up your barrels and you wait for your passive to proc back on GP, and then you look for the trade with the extra damage.
And it does a lot of damage. I don't know if you guys caught Ceres's Gangplank in that mid lane bed. Woo, man. He was dishing out some deep. Poor Sightknot was not having a fun time on Corsair.
Unicorn's not having a fun time right now.
Yeah, he just teleported up into the top lane. He's going to catch up with Warlock. They were both going for a bit of double jungling, but now finally going to find themselves. Kazu gets caught by the hook as Moss and Lloyd taking advantage of the weakness that we pointed out. Rokenia suffers in hyper-aggressive lanes.
If there was ever a hyper-aggressive 2v2 lane for Oscar, I know you're a big fan of the bottom lane duos. I feel like we haven't seen this one in a while, but Lucian Thresh is such a lane.
It's a classic. I believe it's called the Wife Steal lane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Bringing it back. No, it's so oppressive. Alistair really can't do much for his laner. I mean, obviously you get the combo at level 2 where you can look for the headbutt pulverize, but especially if you're pushed in that aggressively, you can't afford to fight because you're fighting them and the creeps.
Great patience of 007X, though. Gets knocked up for his troubles instead. Might be in trouble here, kind of hanging out. Asterore in there as well, with the Threshers coming out. Kazu will not be hit by that one as Lloyd's going to juke in as well. Bangkok Titans just want to fight.
And this is the thing about 007. You know he's going to invade. That's why Asteroid was there waiting, knowing that he was going to be around the corner. The difference is that the Bangkok Titans bot lane is so much farther ahead because they're pushed forward. They would be able to get there quicker.
And it's not just their bottom lane, too. G4 has been putting so much pressure on the Zeros. You'd imagine Gangplank would be able to clear, but this early on, it's Diana who's got the advantage. Invading twice in 4 minutes.
And that's the thing about the Titans, is that when they're ahead in the lanes, it unlocks their jungler.
Moss, though, misstep in the bottom lane. Tries to go a little too deep and gets himself picked off by an Alistar.
The flash is still there. So he didn't even flash to find that combo.
Moss has no stamina spell, so I think he tried to make a play to help his jungler out.
I think he tried to murder
someone. Something went wrong. Well, that's almost a given.
He succeeded.
He's just himself?
Yeah. Oh, Condemn finds Lloyd. But Rokenia is getting destroyed. Not exactly a favorable trade here, but 007's got to be careful. Kazu using the Raging Bull as best he can. He's trying to trade it over. Lloyd heals for the chase. The slow. Lloyd, 101.
I actually feel like that was actually a mechanical mistake from Rokenia, that he could have turned around and fought that, especially as they chased the oncoming creep wave. So a little bit of miscommunication from Detonation FocusMe's bot lane there.
And I mean, it is the only mixed language bottom lane, I think, in the LGL. I could be wrong there.
I don't know if he's the only Korean player, but he's the only Korean player on the Detonation FocusMe roster.
Sorry, that was the point. As Bangkok Titans are continuing to push down in the bottom lane. Lloyd, again, got that Lucian Chroma rock in. Just shooting people in the face right now, continuing to apply pressure.
Yeah, so again, this is what I wanted to follow. Where are the junglers going? So far, they've been following each other. Asterore actually goes in. This is turning into action as they're turning it around. Moss gets knocked in. Asterore flashes away. And it's chaos.
Well, have your answer, Sadar. Where are they going? It's bottom lane. And only bottom lane.
I mean, no real reason to gank the mid lane. It's pretty much going to be a farm fest for Saros. Likewise, G4 is already ahead, but he has the first blood, so try to snowball the other surrounding lanes. But again, the more important factor is that with his lanes ahead, it unlocks 007 to continue to gank Asteroid in his own jungle.
And right now, it's just all pressure for the Bangkok Titans, up about 800 gold or so. Don't need to focus me keeping it close, but they're just hammering them right now. Rokenia is falling behind in CS. G4 has a slight lead after that first blood, and Udipon's the only one doing nice work here. He's hit level 6. He's got his double amp tomes, pushing into Warlock, who's got a quick null magic mantle.
Looking for that Hex-Tech revolver. It's been a while, Vlad. Welcome back.
Certainly for the top lane, yes. Seen a couple of mid lane Vladimirs here and there. In fact, G4 is usually the one that plays it, but didn't pick it up, went for the trusty Diana instead.
I like how Syros is just playing this Gangplank right now, just sitting back. Unfortunately, it is going to bite him as Moss comes for a roam. Flash dodges the death sentence.
I like that flash as well. It's sort of like At that point, you have to basically pick any random direction, because if Thresh guesses right with the hook, you're going to die anyway. Yeah. So it's going to keep it in. We've seen this before. The early game group up and the Gangplank wave clear. Gangplank won this battle last time with the minions, and Astaroth is going to cover for him where he goes back, but G4 is not done.
I mean, he's done a solid job keeping up relatively close in CS. We do see that G4 has opened up about a 14 CS lead, which equates to about a kill worth of gold, but aim on the top lane.
How is this happening? Warlock doing good damage on the Udapon, forced to pull out there from the next blade. And Warlock's going to keep control of this lane.
Well, the thing is he got him into a taunt into the incoming creep wave. So it wasn't just him fighting the Shin, it was the Shin and his horde of creeps.
So you've got to wonder right now how
What?
Detonation FocusMe are feeling in this set. I mean, clearly they're very demoralized in this. They can't make it into the finals, but right now they're just letting the Titans run all over them.
It means so much to the teams to pick up a single international win. The fact that in this tournament they doubled their previous stay at the international wildcard. Again, just the pride and how far the Japanese region has come. It's not over yet.
No, certainly not. I have to agree with you as well. Like, you don't enter a tournament to not play the games that you're in, right?
Exactly. Like the last international wildcard, they won a single game. This time around, they were leading the pack on day one. So just night and day performance, and they're going to continue to rise.
Action as G4 dodges away. Zeros gets destroyed by G4, answered back to Astaroth.
And Astaroth is always there hunting around, looking for a lane to help. He's trying to get there for Saros, but G4 starting to go off again on the Diana. He's got almost the Nationals done. And Moss and Lloyd, they have kept this wave so pressed up against the turret.
I mean, that said, G4 has a gold lead and advantage going into that 1v1, and they were able to almost trade even. So gold lead? What gold lead? I'm Gangplank.
I mean, you've seen Saros before. That is about the summary of his attitude on Gangplank. If the last game is an indicator.
That's his attitude on everything. He's like,
True.
Zillion loses every matchup.
Nope.
What up?
Are you sure?
So you can see the gold right now. It was actually 800 in favor of G4, and even Lloyd in the bottom is rocking a huge CS lead with another 500 gold himself. We're just getting to the 10-minute mark, and the Titans, their Titan lanes, Lloyd and G4, are winning. This is scary for FocusMe.
It is.
Then the Titans attacked.
Yeah. I mean, that's happening right now. They have to.
I think I saw this anime.
You need to calm down.
Oh, man.
How did it take us so long to get to this joke?
See, now I don't want them to make the finals, because then you'll get to make it again. And
now
that's
it's stuck in my head.
No, but it's perfect because it's against Japan. Like, there's so many layers.
But fun fact, that was actually set in Europe.
Get out of here.
So back to the mid lane is Warlock. Charges in with his stance United. G4 is going to get an assist on that one. They are starting to really pound this mid lane.
They're pounding all of the lanes right now as
That's the
every
Bangkok Titans.
single standing objective is being whittled down. And once these towers go, that's... Oh.
Kazu.
Lloyd gets knocked back. Rokinia looks for some action. Doesn't take the dark passage as he tries to find a way in. But that teleport locks him in. He needs to get some kills before the rest of the Titans show up. He's trying to turn it around, but he does. He gets one with the Hemo Plague from Udapon. Lloyd dashes away to safety.
Udapon.
Oh, there's more action. They dash onto Kazu now. He gets dropped. A 1-for-1 trade for those supports. Astaroth, you too want a piece of the action. You're going to find 007 Cast, tries to disengage, but Rokinia is not done. Oh, Astaroth nets it. Rokinia condemned. Warlock is getting low. He turns it around, nets a kill onto Rokinia, but friend, you got nowhere to go.
G4's here as well. Warlock might be able to hold on. G4, he's going to get the first little tap there. Now going to go in onto the 1v2. Looks for Astaroth. Huge damage there from Diana. Gets the reset on the ulti. Moonfall there onto Udapon. Pumps the W. Looking for the outplay. Needs one more, but Udapon, he knows he can get it. G4 has to be safe, and Udapon will just live.
Well, here comes Saros, though.
Oh no, G4 is backing the right direction through Tribush. He gets out alive, but wow, that was action-packed.
After it's all said and done, though...
It's not done yet. Udapon pulling away. Lloyd's going to chase in. He doesn't have flash. Great Q, but it's not enough damage.
After it's all said and done, though, this is actually a huge step back into the game for the Detonation FocusMe squad right there. almost even on the gold lead, short up a bit of it, but we can go ahead and watch this replay. So I was expecting the W coming out of Kazu. I wish I could see his mana. He might not have enough for it, but either way, here comes the final hour pop, and this just turns into a skirmish. Again, Unicron, Kazu, and Rokemia have the highest kill participation of anyone on the Detonation FocusMe squad. It means that you can always expect these teleport skirmish plays.
And Unicron's teleports have been on point so far, but this fight did not end here.
Continues for Asteroid, finds the knockup, a brilliant cast, resets the fight, but meanwhile...
Yeah, G4
looking for the solo kill, doesn't quite find it as Seros is able to flash to safety.
But Nash's Tooth is already done. G4 is hungry for blood. Good little setup there actually from the Kegs, gets the damage down. Rokini is swapped away as the Bangkok Titans are going to get themselves the Dragon.
So finally translating their bottom lane lead into an objective lead. And again, this is what I was talking about. Because these towers are being whittled down so close to each other, the gold lead was close, but suddenly it explodes.
Things looking very good for the Titans so far as they're up in objectives. Rokinia will finally be able to take a tier 1 of his own, but it's 2-1 in favor of the Titans. Not to mention the gold leads they've got across just about all of their lanes, except for that jungle and top lane, but that was to be expected.
Total gold going to even out now as Rokinia does take the top tower, but Warlock has his Cinders, got his Spectre's Cal. He's going to hang out and farm up. It's G4, honestly, that I think we should look to next. He's got the Nashes, he's got his Seekers, looking for the Zhonyas. I have to think that as the game breaks out more, and it's already 2 towers for Bangkok Titans, that he's going to move off to that side lane and just start the split push.
Especially because he has the teleport advantage right there. If Warlock and G4 just play on opposite sides of the map, you pick up Lloyd and Moss, move them to the middle lane. Again, the most important objective for the Bangkok Titans is that second tier middle tower, because it gives you the most passive vision and map control if it goes down. And they should be playing around that objective until the Dragon comes back up.
That is why we see G4 in the mid lane. Looks like he might catch Asterore there with some help from Moss. They're just trading around a bit as the junglers and supports will tag each other. Lloyd finds Rokenia in the bottom. They're trying to go for the 1v1 outplay. Here comes Jen. Teleport is going to find Lloyd as well. Cullen gets done. Warlock is running, but G4 joins the fight. 4 members bottom lane.
He thought that was a 1v1. That was a 1v3.
Oh, Kazu's caught out as well, though. There's a lot of damage going on to him. He has nowhere to go. Doesn't have a flash. G4, another kill.
Yeah, had an ulti but didn't want to use it. Bangkok Titans pick up 2 quick kills, but what objective can they get? Seros might be the next one, and he'll be running away, but 007X is not done. Moss is going to look for that hook.
See, any other team would be like, just push the creep wave,
nope.
Take the mid-tier tower. What? Gangplank?
Seros gets played now as well. Damage is out, but G4 is going to swoop in for his 5th kill.
That is a scary Diana. And you know, it's as you mentioned earlier, the Titans, they're not all about objectives. Objectives are ancillary. They want the objectives to lure people in for kills. And that's what we saw right there. Kill after kill after kill, just moving around the map.
I'm just saying, any other team, you force the enemy mid lane around, you have better positioning on the mid lane, you grab that creep wave, you force it into second tier tower, probably won't be able to take it down at this point in the game, but you'd at least get heavy amounts of damage. Nope. I could just murder Seros, and I could murder him again, and then I could take his tower.
Exactly. Get all the things. As Bangkok Titans, we've said it pretty much since before the tournament started. They play one style, but they do play it well. They will fight you at every possible turn. And G4's Diana is so massive right now. The Zhonya's Hourglass is almost done. We've got an IE up for Lloyd. Warlock's getting tankier. And it's starting to go downhill for Detonation FocusMe. A 2,500 gold lead up, but Trinity Force for Gangplank, Blade there for Rokinia. There are items starting to come out.
I'm glad that you started to point out the item breaking points for Detonation FocusMe. They are finding power points across the map, but Seros finding Gragas.
He's taking some damage. The hook, narrowly misses as Lloyd takes the Dark Passage over. But Detonation FocusMe, it's 3 versus 3, 2v2 on the other side. Unipon finds Moss all by his lonesome, flashes to dodge the barrel, but Lloyd is doing so much. Here comes Warlock. Luckily, that's not G4. So Detonation FocusMe are allowed to stay alive for now, but G4 is trying to go 1v2. He's flashing the wall into the Dragon Pit. He's caught out. There goes the Gangplank ultimate. It's action all across the map. G4 is still alive. Warlock dives. G4 finally goes down, shut down by Rokinia, the person who needs the kill, but the Titans want these kills.
And this is crazy. Bangkok Titans are still not done with their extended 4v3 tower dive. They're proxying the mini wave. Lloyd crits Seros in the face. And now they're going to move in for the kill. Hemoplex out for Udapon. There's the first kill onto Seros. Astarora's going to charge in. Warlock's going to taunt, but he's going to meet the Rek'Sai Kazu here as well, as Warlock's forced to flash out.
But here come the reinforcements.
This
Vayne.
is way too deep for the Titans. They're trying to get these kills. It's a huge amount of damage on Udapon. He's dropped. Lloyd's in. Stand United. Look at the damage Lloyd is outputting. Rokinia's finally there, but it's too little too late. His front line is destroyed, and now he's got to run for his life.
This is nuts.
Yeah, what do we say about the Bangkok Titans? Do not let the game descend into chaos, because that is where they thrive, and chaos is an understatement for what we just experienced in the last, what, 2 minutes worth of fighting?
Oh, wow. There were like multiple rotations of ultimates. That's how long that team fight went.
My favorite thing was that Rokinia almost died in the 1v2. G4 has gotten so massive that he's starting to do what he was doing in the other game against Dark Passage, I believe. Naru's Orianna couldn't hold up. It might be Rokinia's Vayne that suffers this time.
Thing is that Detonation FocusMe actually could have made the superior play right there because they had posture advantage on the mid lane. Instead of sending Rokinia and Kazu up into the top lane, they could have looked to push down the mid-tier tower and traded all of that chaos and aggression. Because again, after everything's all said and done, we didn't really get much. We got, I think, a single tower.
Yeah, not exactly the worst trade for the Titans. Well, certainly when they
that
get
was
the kills.
hashtag worth for them.
What? For Detonation FocusMe, they had an opportunity. Whoa, G4.
Seda, this isn't about gold or objectives or nexuses. This is about sending a message, and the message has been received.
Certainly has. I don't know if Detonation FocusMe really like the message that they're being sent right now, but they've certainly received it a couple of times. Lloyd building up towards that static shiv as he pops the ulti, 007X. Looks for it, doesn't find it. Did have his flash, would have used it if he was in range. And G4 is trying to steal away the Gromp and continue being a pest. As Bangkok Titans, we're just going straight to the top again. Hook will land, Astaroria gets clipped. Play back there as well. G4 is going to charge his way in. The gameplay ulti's out. Seros actually gets the first kill, but Lloyd's firing away from the backside. 007X is getting a little low. Warlock trying to face tank the damage as G4 needs to go back through. But Detonation FocusMe 3-1 up already. Warlock going to be another catch there as the taunt comes out as well. This could be an ace. Warlock trying to split. G4 dies. Gangplank gets the triple. And the ace is completed by Rokinia.
And the scouts fire back right there, taking down 3 of the Titans and heading towards the Dragon.
And now it's going to be dragging up to Detonation FocusMe. They'll pick up their first one and they get the ace. Bangkok Titans bit off a little too much there.
And that was the day the Titans attacked.
No!
And Mankind fought back. Detonation FocusMe turning around the ace, taking the Dragon. Rokinia looking now for the bottom tier 1. DFM aren't out of this just yet.
Okay, so this team fight starts out with a beautiful hook on Astaroria, but look at Rokinia. He's pretty much untouched in this backline, has to reposition himself, but for the most part, he maintains all of his health and is just putting in Silver Bolt after Silver Bolt into the Titan's back.
What did I tell you? The Gangplank Vladimir synergy.
He's got his...
on full display.
He's got his little jetpack thing hooked up and he's just going. There's so many layers, Pastry.
And as Detonation FocusMe pick up the last fight, they'll bring the gold back very close, actually. Bangkok Titans, the aggressive styles cost them a couple of times here in the tournament. Definitely cost them there in that last fight, but G4 has the Zhonya's getting stronger, blasting one now as well, possibly moving in towards an Abyssal. Could be a Void Staff, but he is getting stronger. That's sort of the point there. Static Shiv up for Lloyd. Warlock getting tankier. It's only getting better. But Detonation FocusMe brought this game all the way back.
Yeah, they really did. It's so close in gold, and Detonation FocusMe, they might not have a chance at finals, but they're still trying to go out with a bang.
Well, this is the thing. Stylistically, both these teams love to fight and skirmish, so this is actually where DFM are strong.
Exhibit A, Kazu X gets hooked up already. Gonna dive in. Now it's 5v4 if they want to fight. Shen down the bottom side as Bangkok Titans get another pick.
I shouldn't say strong, I should say comfortable. They're
Yes,
very comfortable here.
Well, as a result, Bangkok Titans, they have the kill. They're looking for more, but there's none presenting themselves just yet.
Oh, no.
They will move over to the Baron, though, as a result. Still got 10 seconds left on Kazu. They're going to sweep out some vision.
I actually really like the itemization from Rokinia of going Static Shiv versus Mana Dancer, as we're not going to see a face check. Good job, Asteroid. Just because not a lot of wave clear is available to his team, so by taking that Static Shiv, he's trying to compensate for that.
Gangplank ultimate used to clear out the wave bottom as Good old Warlock split pushes as best he can. He's got teleport and his ultimate, so the Titans are playing to that Baron, setting up a solid split push, and Detonation FocusMe trying to deal with it as best they can. Asterore going to try to catch up to Shen.
And I like what they're doing now, trying to bait around the Baron again. Like Froskurin said, don't take it, don't go too crazy, but use it as a lure, use it as bait.
Either you come and we kill you, or you don't come and we take this. Choose.
But hopefully you come and we kill you, because that's the way we prefer to play, certainly from what we've seen already. Game is going to slow down a little bit. Baron is not quite there yet for the team, still pretty early on, 22 minutes in. Dragon is down for a few more minutes, and the teams are scaling. And Bangkok Titans know they lost the last big engage. They have to kind of not put the brakes on, but at least take the foot off the gas just so slightly.
It.
Yeah.
I feel like they give a whole new meaning to we can do this the easy way or the hard way. And either way, we'll enjoy it.
I don't think it's even that. I think it's just the Bangkok Titans way, which has been awesome to watch all tournament long. It is fight often and fight hard. Detonation FocusMe have honestly been in a similar path there. Had a heartbreaking loss today against Dark Passage. I like to see them fighting back here as a result. A lot of their wins have felt quite snowbally, which is impressive. But it's nice to see them bring it back here. They can, again, showing up 5v5, they can still hang.
It's their skirmish potential in particular. Again, Yutapon, Rokinia, and Kazu, that triple threat from them and how often they get involved in the map. And just the progress the squad has made. The fact that Rokinia has been on the roster for pretty much the entire season, but he started as a jungler. Then he played support. Now finally moving into the AD carry position in the season qualifier for the LJL. So if this is what this roster's potential is, because they've looked fantastic over the course of this tournament, they can hold their heads high going back to their domestic region.
Yeah, and we've seen what happens when they play team fights properly, netting that ace, stacking the Hemo Plague on top of the Gangplank ultimate. Wow, G4. You do still have to respect the Gangplank.
The bank plank, look at that.
Yeah.
Trinity Force, he's looking for the Infinity Edge. This guy's going to hit.
Oh, Kazu might be caught out again.
Get him.
Well, Dragon up soon, but they're fighting instead. Lloyd
Get in
hits
there.
the ulti. Kazu, oh, pops him over the top, but Asterore is going to knock him up as well. G4's going to dive in, pops the Zonias, but it's a few too many carries. Has to flash out. Smart play there as Asterore will go down.
Beautiful ultimate from Lloyd, but not done yet.
Flash hook finds Suros. They dive onto him. Double kill for Lloyd. There's the Hemo Plague. Lloyd goes down, but G4 is still there. He's almost got his ultimate, but he's dead now too. It's up to Warlock and 007 to try turning this around. Yutapon and Rokinia look to clean up yet another fight for DFM.
And from a gold deficit, Detonation FocusMe come out in top in the 5v5. And again, I said it before, I'll say it again. The Titans love to fight, but this is also where the Japanese are comfortable.
Yutapon did so much work in that team fight. Oh my. I was originally joking about the Gangplank Vladimir damage, but it's now a reality.
Yeah,
Luden's
you can
Echo.
see it.
Luden's Echo, Will of the Ancients, Trinity Force, Infinity Edge. Bangkok Titans are running out of time.
So this is kind of the follow-up. They've already taken down one member, but a beautiful hook from Moss starts this out. But just look at the amount of damage that the Hemo Plague and just the AoE stack is doing to the Bangkok Titans.
Yutapon so strong in this fight, and though Rokinia was zoned away in the beginning, finally getting in when his exhaust wears out to net those last few kills. There are some pretty scary breakpoints being picked up by DFM as they've now got the Ludens finished on Yutapon. Infinity Edge on Zeros. Static Shiv Brutalizer on Rokinia. Please continue skirmishing. This is awesome.
I was waiting for like the next level excitement in your voice, just like, he's got, what is that item called?
Which one?
The little green
Face
shield?
of the mountain?
Face, I was waiting for the face of the mountain on Thresh!
the slow exclamation.
Yeah.
Look at that paintboard.
It's pretty great.
No, not quite. But the fact that they're hitting these breakpoints and that the Titans are starting to backpedal a bit. You know, Warlock, he's going full tank right now. Abyssal for G4 instead of a Rabadons or a Ludens. They're starting to slow down.
Detonation FocusMe are doing the opposite.
We've pretty much evened up a gold lead, which was, you know, close to 3K in favor of the Bangkok Titans. It's now down to 400 gold as Detonation FocusMe set up for this Dragon.
Again, baiting him into it, trying to force them in towards it. G4 is going to get knocked out. The hook will land. Dragon will die. Rokinia is going to pick it up. Serot's getting low. G4 gets on top of the carries. He's doing damage, but 007X is already dead. G4 with Lloyd does slay Rokinia. Warlock with a good taunt. Double kill there for Lloyd. He needs to keep weaving. He will die, but there's another kill coming out. G4 is actually alive. He lives somehow, and Lloyd gets himself a triple.
A gorgeous ultimate from Lloyd right there. It followed up by an even more cast from 007, the fact that they cast Rokinia right into Lloyd's path, he just annihilated that fight.
Yeah, DFM thought they could take it, but Lloyd so strong right now. Despite the fact that G4 didn't get a chance to really do as much damage as you'd hope, still doing so much, and they're now on the Baron. Syros, he's actually in the area. We'll see if he's going to go for a steal. He sets up a barrel, caught by the hook. Lloyd says, hello, friend, goodbye.
What was once a close game for a second there, the Bangkok Titans have knocked on the door, kicked it in, and are now looking towards the Baron.
Well, City Wall's starting to crumble. It's Bangkok Titans.
They're so colossal.
We got him.
They're so colossal.
Let's see.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Hey, okay.
Look at Lloyd's ultimate here. This is probably the most beautiful calling I've ever seen. He puts it across Alistar, but then moves around after he sees the cast and just annihilates Vayne. From here, moving through and cleaning up all the rest of the kills.
I just can't believe G4 lived. That shield barely saved him. And Lloyd's Lucian, we talked about a big aggressive pick for a very aggressive AD carry in a very aggressive region. And 2 games in a row now starting to perform. 9-2-7 already.
The Titans have got Baron right now. They've got the momentum after that team fight. And yeah, DFM are still strong, but now they've got to deal with the siege out of this team. And even worse, the dive.
They have to fall back to the inner walls.
They do.
They have to
The
give it
wall
up.
rose.
Might have to go further as Bangkok Titans going to start to push them down. I have a funny feeling we're going to start renaming the structures on this map in just a second.
Yeah, Wall Maria looks to get a kick right now.
Well, Marcel Warlock down in the bottom lane. Lloyd is in the Dragon Pit. I think he's taking Scuttle Crab, having a bit of a vacation. DFM again, ready to fight if they need to, but Bangkok Titans just looking for the next opening. Actually 5,000 gold up now.
But they've already proven that they can fight from a gold deficit, and they have the tools to do so in the late game scaling potential of Gangplank, Vladimir, and Vayne.
It's just got to be execution. We're in this position against Dark Passive, and they had a lead that time around. Bangkok Titans, honestly, have to say the same. They need to close out cleanly with the lead that they've gotten.
Yeah, we've been talking about execution a lot this tournament. That's something that DFM have kind of faltered with. They had a game where they were ahead and lost at 50 minutes because they weren't able to execute. They weren't able to pull the trigger. This time, it's up to the Titans to execute properly, but we'll have to see if they can make better plays than DFM.
Here we go, though. Not a, actually, you know what? Gragas and Lucian are actually a surprisingly decent siege potential just because Lucian's going to be able to burn through towers with his double tap passive. Likewise, Gragas gives a lot of safety when approaching towers because he can always push the cast to either pull a member into his team or reset an entire fight.
Right now, it seems like it might be time to split up again and go for some split pushing. 4 towers to 2 now. Bangkok Titans still looking to knock down the 2 tier 2s that are remaining. Lloyd's going to get on top, but he has to be careful. Seras eats a hook, but he'll orange his way out. Beautiful popped his pull, though. That's the go button for Bangkok Titans.
And this is what I was talking about. The fact that 007 is so far forward, threatening with his cast, while Lloyd is just able to tear through these towers. When people see Lucian, they don't expect tower sieging. But back when Ziggs and Lucian were a big combo, that's all those picks meant.
Yeah, now 2 tier 2s have gone down. The last one looks to fall. Looks like Wall Maria has been permeated by the Titans. And they're going to continue looking for a fight. Kazu goes in. Astaroria gets pulled. They're destroying the front line. Kazu, he's on the wrong side. Well, G4 dives in. He's got a Shen shield. He is so strong. Oh, no, the Gangplank ultimate. Rokinia gets a revenge kill, but they're on the inhibitor.
Rokinia doing his best with his 3D maneuver here, but unfortunately his fancy footwork is not enough, and the inhibitor crashes.
Goldblit's starting to be a problem. They're almost 10k up as Lloyd's about to get himself picked up. Warlock looks for the huge taunt, only finds one. The Hemo playing out as Unipon has found his way back into the fray. Rokinia kicks off Shen there, is able to get a kill.
Oh!
G4 just eats that Gangplank. Lloyd's chasing, he wants it. Rokinia is going to get the shutdown, and Moss and G4 will tail it.
Just deleted.
Man.
The beautiful thing is that he flashed forward, so you could see in his eyes the confidence and then the instantaneous regret as G4 was like, bro, you don't want this.
Yeah, and he's about to get a death cap now as well. A minute up till the next dragon. Rokinia will take the red buff for himself, but G4 will get the grump. Go back, spend a pile full of money, and be insanely strong. In fact, both the major characters of Bangkok Titans are about to hit 4 items, and G4 still wearing those brown shoes. Has not upgraded them yet, because honestly, they don't do enough damage.
doesn't really need to invest in them. When you can kill people in 3 hits, it doesn't matter if the stat goes down to 2.98 in the amount of damage. It's absolutely absurd how powerful G4 and Lloyd are right now. But we've seen what happens when they get caught out. It just takes Udapon finding the Hemo Plague, Rokinia kiting around properly. DFM are still in this game.
That's an awkward pink ward to miss, though. Yeah, Rokinia's not going to walk through it.
We've had a lot of awkward pink wards.
Oh, happens, to be honest. I mean, they do last until you kill them, so if you don't kill them, it can be a bit awkward.
The thing that I want to point out is all of the oracles completed on the side of the Bangkok Titans.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty much, hey, Rokinia, bye.
And, I mean, the wards that are being put up by Detonation FocusMe, same story. You know they want to fight, need to blind the area if they're going to really set up for good fights.
Speaking of setting up, Dragon has just spawned. DFM are grouped up, and they've got teleport on Udapon for the far side. They could try to burst this down, but Lloyd is awaiting there. G4's got a teleport of his own. Hook is going to miss. Dragon is secured. Culling finds Rokinia. Looks like they're going to disengage. There's the teleport.
Udapon.
Yeah, could be problems now. Seros just gets owned by 007X. G4's doing too much damage. Udapon teleports late, does pull the hook, but it's not enough. And G4, he just walks out with a triple kill.
Instantaneous regret there. So we saw the teleport looking for the...
Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay. Maybe, I was thinking maybe he had home guard, but it was the zoning teleport.
He's from the Dragon, and that to me is a great moment because it shows you the mentality. Warlock burnt his teleport to chase the final kill because there are no sweeter words to the Bangkok Titans than ace. And this tower's dead, like absolutely dead. G4 does a spastic amount of damage.
I imagine that in their gaming house, when they go to sleep at night, they play a lullaby, and it just says ace over and over. The sweetest sounds that this team can possibly hear. Knock down 2 inhibitors. The Titans are so strong. And DFM, once again, they're falling behind.
You can't sate this thirst. This is... I've never seen a thirstier team than the Bangkok Titans.
Well, starting to get a pretty strong goal lead. In fact, 11k up. Let's just call it what it is. A massive lead now for the Bangkok Titans.
It's a massacre of a lead.
Yeah. I mean, they just want to devour some humans.
Well, doing that so far. Done it 30 times. We'll see how many more they can get in this game.
We have 49 kills in a 34-minute game.
Yeah.
This is all I've ever wanted.
This is great. All right, so Baron has respawned. Detonation FocusMe down 2 inhibitors. They're actually grouped up in the area. Oh no, G4!
Hello?
He doesn't
what?
care.
Are you okay?
He does not care.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
I thought Udapon was going to go ham, but...
He did do a lot of damage.
Udapon go ham. G4 was about to go ham.
I thought he could have.
It's dangerous to face check G4, that's fair. I mean, if we're going to look at, if we're going to put it on a scale here, Bangkok Titans may just out-ham Detonation FocusMe.
From Udapon to G4, how terrified are you?
I mean, Bangkok Titans are fully stocked deli right now. Disasterore going to move in, try and look for the knockup. Doesn't find it, but Warlock's back down the bottom side, creating a bit of pressure.
Okay, so playing around the Baron, what they're doing is because Shen has the Stand United available, not the teleport, but they know that Udapon, it was a deli joke, I get it.
Sarah, goodbye. I'm so sorry that you have to be here because it's so hard to make points when people are literally dying every couple minutes and then every couple seconds.
I'm not even mad. Like, this game is difficult as a color caster because there's zero space for analysis. It's all just a Venn diagram of murder. But I'm so happy.
It's a really fun game, that's for sure. And Baron goes over to the Bangkok Titans. Warlock back down the bottom. He's going to keep applying that pressure. Top side is broken. Mid lane is open. They'll go back, spend their money, and then charge back down the lanes.
I just wish we had the theme song, and we could just play it right now.
It's stuck in my head ever since you guys have brought it up.
I didn't bring this up.
I can't
this is on you.
Think it.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Look, you have to think about your choices sometimes.
Okay, so 2 inhibitors down. They've got the Baron buff, 1 lane to shove.
Where's he going? Oh, he's got teleport.
Well, he's got Shen.
He's a raptor.
He's moving to the opposite side of the map of his team, or he's standing in base with home guard, and he's going to stand united, submarine comp, initiate on someone. No, he doesn't have home guard. Where are you going?
No, he's going to use Stand United on G4 so that he'll be an armored type.
He's just going to a different lane.
Seriously, he has a raptor cloak. The only thing I remember from that item is that you run faster when you're near turrets. Does that seem familiar to anyone as far as what we've seen already in this game?
They don't care about the tower. They just want to fight on the tower, so he runs faster.
50 kills so far as he could be lining up for the last dive. G4 gonna go absolutely ham. He pops the Sand United. Sonya's there as well. Gonna ride Warlock in. G4 just dives straight into the backline, but Ceros has shut him down. Detonation FocusMe fighting back well now. It's 5v4. Moss a little low there. Low gonna get knocked up.
Get in
They
there.
need to peel away. Rokinia dives in, but he gets taunted after the Gragas cast, and it's so much damage. But Unipon swooping in, gonna try and take the rest of them out. Moss, he'll land the hook for Warlock. I don't know if he can tank up enough of this damage. Unipon massively strong right now.
And from
Oh my gosh!
From over a 10K gold deficit, the Titans' arrogance bites them in the ass.
Oh my goodness, I cannot believe that ended up trading back. They are going to take down this last inhibitor turret as Unipon is trying to defend his Nexus. 5 seconds till Kazu, 7 till Asterore. Can he keep it standing as 007 and Warlock, they're taking the last inhibitor. The wall is falling.
This is about the silliest structure taking combo we can see. Warlock's going to get headbutted off, and
still
they
up.
actually can't get it.
Oh, the
They hold.
minions.
They realize that you can take the structures without killing everyone, right? Like the ace doesn't unlock the
Oh, they
tower
did
to
get
be
it.
hit.
They did. The minions took it down.
So
Oh, man.
MVP.
Ceros, I thought he had that. I really did.
G4 diving into 5 people on top of a tower? You thought he had that?
No, Ceros. When he was going 1v1, I thought he could out-damage the Shen. I was wrong.
well,
That's the crit cloak for you.
what we were not wrong about was G4.
Okay, still, very important. 10K gold
Yep.
deficit. Detonation FocusMe when it managed to win the team fight. Was it enough to save up their objectives? No. So technically still a worth trade for the Bangkok. Are they starting again?
Yeah, of course.
trying.
I give up. I'm turning into a play-by-podcaster.
All right.
It's wicked fun.
So Bangkok Titans now going to charge back down that mid lane. Looking for the inhibs. They have had 2 respawn. Bangkok Titans know they want to fight again.
Trying to chain the barrels. Ceros doesn't quite find him. Dragon has just spawned, but the Titans back in the base look to break down the inhibitors. It's do or die time for Detonation FocusMe. They look to go in. Rokinia kites it around G4. Uses the Zonyas. Rokinia's in melee range, but no, G4 turns. He destroys Ceros. He finds Rokinia. He's knocked away to the side. That's the 2 carries down. Asterore goes low. The stun stalls it out. But the ace on Detonation FocusMe.
And the end of humanity as the Titans crash down on the Nexus. A beautiful performance from 007, Lloyd, and G4 across the board. The Titans have struck back.
Huge game there for the Bangkok Titans, and they'll get what they want. The win and the shot in the finals against the Chief. Dark Passage must have been looking at the end of that game and have some heads fall into their hands. But the Bangkok Titans, they needed to win. Dark Passage just had to look on and see what happened, and they've done it. They've gotten themselves into the final.
A phenomenal performance, again, across multiple members of the Bangkok Titans. Lloyd going huge on his Lucian. G4 showing us why you cannot let him have an assassin. But again, 007, those casts, every single time he found the Vayne in the backline, repositioned him into the middle of his team.
Yeah, and that's not to say that DFM performed poorly. They played great. Amazing play out of Ceros. Unipon had some great hemo plays. Heck, even Rokinia, after he got over that rough landing phase, he was playing Vayne with the best of them.
They play on the North American server for their professional LGL games with like 150 ping, and they come to Turkey and they show we can roll with the big boys. We can play on the same mechanical ceiling.
And they look great. Everyone in this tournament has looked great so far. But unfortunately, 2 teams have to bow out. Detonation FocusMe and Dark Passage will not be seeing the finals. Crazy to think that Turkey has not made the finals of the Wildcard, but that's the reality right now.
Yeah, a really tragic situation for Dark Passage. And as you mentioned, the Titans are going to be taking on the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, you know, they came off a pretty rough loss themselves. So hopefully they'll get some good things to look forward to.
But here's the thing. The Chiefs have 2-0'd the Bangkok Titans. Yes, we're going into a best-of-5, but already the Chiefs hold the superior record as far as this tournament is concerned. And you have to think that's a major sigh of relief.
Well, could be there, but congratulations to the Bangkok Titans. They wanted their shot in the finals, and they are going to get it. Well,
So we're going to toss it to the other guys.
Thank you very much, Patreon Time. We are